Yeah, yeah. Come on.
Right?
Yeah, I want to go.
I'm gonna start talking to Zach a lot more now. I know he has a boat.
Oh, you got both? Yeah, we'll definitely enjoy that.
Oh, that's so silly.
All right, all right.
Good. You?
It's going great.
Now.
Now
You hear that? You hear that? I'm interested
Yeah.
falsetto that she's hitting, right? Like, hi. Everybody, welcome to our key staff meeting. It feels good to be back, especially after having a week that we didn't meet. That was kind of cool, kind of weird. I will say that Kendrick Lamar was definitely worth not holding a key staff meeting though. So, it's great to be back.
If you're gonna have any excuse for not holding key staff, I feel like that one is a good one.
That would be valid, right?
That would be valid.
Now, here's the goal. I have sales managers that can run key staff. That's the goal, right? So Jed's over here doing his little dance. He's like, yeah, give me
You
the
just
power.
gotta give me the go ahead and I'll do it.
All right, it's all Jed's show now. All right, run it.
Jed's running.
Kidding. So first off, my name's Brandon Phillips. I am with the 865 Knife Knox. I don't know if y'all heard, but we're gonna do $1 million this year.
Wow.
Love it. I love it. So today, I was really just thinking about summertime and what summertime's always meant to me. And it's really cool. Like, if you've not worked this job coming out of like high school or like first year of college, it's really interesting the different dynamics for like how your summer looks. For me, summer's always been work time. It's never like ever since I've gotten out of high school, it's always been grind season because summer's where we make our most money. Summer's where we can meet with customers more often. Summer is where customers are like really geared up to buy a ton of stuff, right? You think of Memorial Day. Typically, every company is running what kind of sale? A Memorial Day sale. You look at 4th of July.
Weekend.
We literally spend, I think it's like $8 billion on fireworks a year as a country. Right? We all love fireworks,
Not for
but they're so expensive, right? So here's the thing, right? In a month's time, literally going through SC1, you can have an entirely different outlook on what your life looks like today. Okay. For better or for worse, you decide. You decide if you buckle down, you come to boot camp, you come to Champs Club, you make it to every key staff meeting, every team meeting, you do 10 demos a week, and you stay on top of your game. Or if you do what a lot of your friends are going to do and go out and just party nonstop or watch Netflix or game all day, or you know what the beauty is of this job? We get to do both. We get to do both. You can have the fun summer that you want and change your life a month from now, and it's completely up to you. Molly, you sold 15 grand and made $3,500 in 2 weeks. How crazy was that?
Crazy.
What happened to that money?
It's gone.
How would it feel to do it again?
Good.
You wouldn't even have to sell as much to make the same money either,
Oh, you're right.
right? You're actually, yeah, you're in your bonus land.
You'll do it before selling 10K.
Yeah. You could sell $9,500 and make 4 grand. I'm sorry, 10K and make 4 grand, so 40%, right? Easy math. But that's the difference between showing up the right way, showing up and working versus like, hey, I'm chilling right now. Oh, school was so hard. My finals were so down. All right, I just need a break. Zach, you need a break right now? No, why not?
Because I have a lot of time on my hands now. More time on my hands now.
So you're saying there's enough time to enjoy your break and at the same time still work hard?
Yeah.
Love that, right? So understand that like you get to choose what the next 30 days looks like. And you can decide if you're on top, on fire, bank account looks fat, I can go out and, you know, hang out on the boat and do my extracurriculars because I got 2 grand in the bank. Or if like, oh man, 30 days from now, man, I wish I would have. You know what the worst feeling in the world is? There. And when you show up to SC1 and you see these people that you should have sold more Cutco than, and you're over here like, I said I was gonna do, had I done what I said I was gonna do, I would have come in third. I would have come in second. I would have won the push. Yeah, right? Molly said, I don't know if you heard Jed, but the VMAs made her angry because she knew what she could do, what she was shooting out for. Okay, so when it comes to, I'm gonna skip the agenda today because I don't know if it changed it and it don't really matter because I'm just gonna talk today. Okay, I'm gonna give some goods, talk about what's coming up. But when it comes to our mission, $1 million, Mr. Franklin, be at peace. Enjoy your time in Johnson City, and I'll see you at our staff meeting.
Don't crash.
Well, that's something to say.
That's not the right.
I was hoping it was like a crash and burn, and then I realized he's driving.
Yeah, he's actually gonna drive somewhere, you know? But when it comes down to it, $1 million CPO is not gonna come because we talk about it and we just dream about it and it sounds nice. No, it's gonna take work, right? It takes discipline, it takes consistency, it takes us actually doing the things that we say we're gonna do. And one thing I took from Jake Doherty today on the region call, he said it's very easy to see our actual yearly goal happening because we have so many people bought into their personal goals. And what that makes me realize is like, yo, that's really good because I don't actually have a clear cut. What am I holding you accountable to every single week? So that's the first thing I actually want to get out the way. Okay. So let's talk about this. For key staff, Mr. Wallace. Before I go and make this next week's sales goal, how much can I call you in for? Brandon, take it to the bank. Tell Jeff Bryan we'll sell this much this week.
2 grand. 1,700.
I like it, 1,700. Take it to the bank. I can tell Jeff Bryan right now. By Monday night, Zach Wallace will sell 1,700, hit 9K.
Well, not this one, no, I have like 3 demos left, well, like, actually, yeah. 3 demos, yeah.
Okay. Ben,
Mm-hmm.
take it to the bank. I can count on you for how much?
1250.
1,250. Molly,
What?
Go higher than
I have to go higher than you?
Yeah,
no,
Yeah, you
you
definitely
need to
can.
say something I can take to the bank. Like I can go to Jeff Bryan and say, hey, yo, you can count Molly in for this much. She is going to sell this much this week.
What is it like, under promise, over delivered?
What is your number?
Let's do 1K.
Cool. Audrey. Are you doing demos this week?
No.
I know you're busy.
About 10K right there.
Huh? Yeah, no. And then Mr. Bull.
Well, if you're taking it to the bank, 500, but if you're taking it to the loan office, 15.
I agree with Dan. 17's the loan office.
Okay, what is taking it to the bank?
I'll go 1,012.
Okay.
So.
I haven't either.
In this example, Audrey, taking it to the bank means I can cash the check.
Yeah, what's a loan office? Oh, they're
You
giving
get
you
a
that much
loan.
money.
Yeah, hey, you probably can't take it to the bank, but like I'll get a loan to cover it.
Okay.
Right? AKA, you can't, that's a goal. AKA, I probably might hit that, but like you can count me in for
But you
this.
know what? You can count me in for that. much money right
Exactly,
there.
okay? And so this is the one thing that I've been like almost short-sighted on as a manager is like, it's cool to like, okay, talk about the goal. Okay, let's work hard. Okay, let's do demos. But like, I've been missing the actual like, okay, what are they committed to each week? So for instance, if your goal is $1,000 on here, how many demos do you have to do?
30.
Depending on who you are, it could be 5.
You sell 60% and typically our average order is 450 or this office at 600.
It's 400 is the average order.
Okay, so yeah, you need to do 12 demos.
So let's work through this together, right? Especially for this group, you're gonna have to be able to talk about this to other people, okay? So if we schedule 10 demos, how many are we actually gonna complete?
8.
So 10 scheduled equals 8 completed. If you complete 8, how many are you gonna sell on? That's at a 75% closing, so let's say. No, let's say 5, right? It's gonna be like 4.8, doing the numbers out, right? 60%. So 6.5 or 5 sales. 5 sales times 400. Now, I like to be ridiculous, okay? So let's say it's $300, okay? take that out, let's say it's $300. You should still have $1,500 on the board.
$200.
What?
$200.
That's 1,000.
Yeah. 5 sales, $200 average order, that's $1,000, right?
My goodness, calculus.
This right here is the formula.
Yeah, I was fast.
Bring it in. Okay. This is the formula. 10 scheduled, 8 completed, typically 5 sales, average order multiplied out, anywhere from 1,000 on a low average order week, up to $2,000 if you're running the office average order. Up to $3,000 if you pop off. How many sets does it take to have a really fat week?
Steps?
Just one. How many sets?
Oh, sense.
Sets, right? So this is where I want to get clear, because it's really cool to have this number right here. But if we don't understand what goes into it, we're not gonna hit the result. So now the question doesn't become, hey, Zach, can I count you for $1,000? Hey, Zach, can I count you to make sure you have 10 scheduled this week, to complete 8, to make sure you hit your goal? See how you can actually take action on that? Hey, Molly, can I count you in for scheduling 10 demos to complete 8 to make your 5 sales? Cool. And that's something you can do. Now to extrapolate it out, how much work do I have to do to do that? I like the 10-to-1 ratio. So if I want to schedule 10, that's 100 calls. Now, do I make 20 calls Monday through Friday each day? Do I make 50 calls at office and then at team meeting? Do I have 100 call Sunday to book my 10? That's how simple the job is. That said, we have to put the work in behind it. And notice our key staff's a little bit small today, right? Because I trimmed it. Right? Only person not here is Olivia. And Olivia is going to run her own business, so she actually won't even be here. Maddie's on vacation. Okay. Audrey, I need to get you added to my slides.
You're playing with these stuff?
If you so.
Okay.
Right? So introducing our lineup, Maddie Crowley, $6,600, even, by the way. Thought that was pretty cool. Mr. Ben Lorton at 5,005. Molly Brinkman, 24,047. That said, it did not change from the last time I edited slides, so get that number up. Olivia McClintock, 9527. Same thing, Olivia. Watching this recording. Numbers did not change from last week's or the week before. Get those numbers up. Mr. Bull, yours changed by a couple of orders, 13,309. Mr. Wallace, you're changed by, I think you're like $400 that you did this past week, 7216. And then he sold another thing today. Right?
Nice.
So he's like right at creeping at 7,400, 7,500 bucks. Okay. Now, when it comes to what we're building, all right, I talk a lot about the opportunities each week in Key Staff, but I don't actually talk about what we're building and why it matters. Okay. Y'all know about assistant manager roles, branch management, getting to move to a territory, $8,500 from the company to run your own business, district manager, what Jacob's getting to do it. By the way, like he's 20. Like, is that not crazy?
It's literally less than a month older than me.
Like he's 20 years old and they gave him $8,500 saying, here, move to this territory, run a business. In August, he's going to get another $3,000. In November, he's going to get another $3,000. In April of next year, he's going to get another $3,000. Regardless of how his office does, that's the bonus structure for starting a district office. Pretty crazy. What's up, Ben?
Doesn't he also make 50% commission off of his office sales?
No.
No.
God bless. If I made 50%, bro,
I mean,
could you imagine?
yeah.
No.
Yes, I could.
Like, dude, we would have steak instead of pizza when I order pizza.
I'd be driving to work on a jet.
God bless. Like,
You'd have one of those flying cars.
no. So the way that works is very simple. Whatever our office is at, so we do 35% as district managers when we sell. The office split reflects that. So if you're at 20% commission, the district manager makes 15. When somebody's brand new is when we make the most, and it's because it takes a lot to train them. From there, when they're at 30%, I don't have to do a lot. Molly knows how to work. I don't have to tell her how to work. It's up to her to work. I don't make a lot. So, and literally, when I'm investing my time into people that are in higher sales levels, it's to see them actually grow, right? I don't make a lot when it comes to the Molly's selling, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Wallace, you're almost at that top bracket too. Notice how I coach you doesn't change though. That's why I love what I do. It's cool to impact people. But yeah, 50% in an office would be crazy. That'd be insane, all right? So there's Cutco sales professionals are out too. That said, yo, it's a very handsome position when it comes to pay. They do make 50% commission on whatever they sell. Luciano and Liz Pataki this past year, $1.2 million sold between the two of them. Tell me what you're gonna do that brings 600K in your household legally.
Throw away your morals and
Legally.
It's legal, it's frowned upon.
real wholesale.
Uh, Yeah, right? Big ticket jobs. That said, we can do it selling knives, okay? So I've started building this next year, no, I'm sorry, not next year. Next week, I will have this fully established for where my vision is on where we can be. But when it comes to district managers, there's myself and Jacob. We have Chattanooga as a territory. Chattanooga is where I'm from. I want a district manager there that comes from our bloodline as an office. We have branch managers going out this year with Olivia. Next year, I want to have 5 branch managers that go out and run their own office for the summertime. It is the ultimate resume experience. When you have it on your resume, you walk into any job you want. Because when you've actually run your own business, how easy is it to do just one job in a business? It's cake, right? It's not even hard. On top of that, I want a sales manager role fulfilled for next year. And what I mean by that is, no, Jed, you can't have it. You got to go branch. You got to get the heck out of my office too.
Yes.
Same thing with you, Molly. You cannot stay. Next year, my goal for you is that you branch. Mr. Wallace, we'll see what you decide to pursue, but like you definitely need to be working events alongside Molly too, right? Mr. Lorton, I would love for you to be at a level to where, guess what? You don't work at that print place no more, right? Because you have the skill set to do it, right? But I call this a wheel. How many times a week you can turn this wheel dictates how much you're going to make. That's the only thing that makes somebody great here or makes somebody like mediocre or make somebody turn in their sample kit because they didn't turn the wheel at all. Okay. So we have the room to grow. I want a recruiting manager that can head it all. The way I see it, I don't see Kira leaving, but at the same time, like I would love for her to go branch too. Because again, she's really good at recruiting. Like Audrey, unless you for some reason stay in the spring and fall, like no, you're ideally the person that's going to take this over. Okay. And that's all going to be determined based on somebody always getting promoted, somebody always getting fired, somebody always moving. It's always happening. It's always changing the business. So I'm excited for what we're building because next year, when we have all of East Tennessee district offices filled, and then we can fill Morristown, we can fill Maryville, which Maryville includes Seymour and Sevierville. We can
Big one right there.
take Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is its own branch territory. We have Cleveland, Tennessee as a branch territory. We can fill all of those spots. We can even do like Crossville, Cookville as a branch territory.
There's nothing up there, but you know what? We'll be up there.
There's a lot of rich people that are
Oh, wait,
retired, right?
I've been to plenty of houses.
All of my houses are missing knives.
Yeah.
They're all missing knives, my goodness.
So I love what we're building. And it's so cool to see the team that we've built from what we've come from. Molly has the viewpoint of a year almost, and she can say point blank that the team's not the same as what it was. This group is sharp. I'm impressed at the people that we're bringing on in the sense of I can't believe I'm actually recruiting them. What? Brandon has moments where there's doubt? Yeah. You know why? Because I'm human too. But what I have learned is that if I do the work, results are going to play out. And if I get better, guess what happens? Everybody gets better, right? So we're building something special. And next week I'm gonna have a bunch of pictures in here and I'm gonna have everybody forecasted for where I see them over the next 2 years. Okay? That said, I hope y'all didn't think we were getting out of here without this. Today we're doing phoning. And so I'm actually gonna cover a couple of things first before I do my CPR phone check. Okay? So when it comes to calling your referrals and gathering the report, where do y'all think this starts?
Small,
Always. But where's that smile taking place at?
get your phones on.
No,
Good headspace.
no. The first part of you having great referrals to call with rapport starts at the end of the demo that gave them to you. How many of you have gone through a demo? Oh my God, I got referrals. All right, thank you, Mrs. Jones. Bye.
A lot easier.
Happened once or twice? So we already know then, said it. If we have the text, life's a lot easier. You know what's better than the text? Knowing who you're calling. Audrey, why do you prefer to call a top 25 list that heads up text versus just calling?
Because they know why you're calling and they're not gonna hang up on you. They're expecting a call.
What an idea. How awesome is it to also have why they'd be a good fit right next to it?
That's great.
Why?
Because we know who they are.
Exactly.
You're not calling strangers.
Oh, hey, Zach. Hey, Zach. Yeah, I'm friends with Ben Lorton. He actually just started working with me. How you doing today? Good. He mentioned I was calling?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Great, great. He actually told me that you were like the sharpest finance major over at Carson Newman. Like, was he blowing smoke or like you're pretty smart?
I mean, I guess.
Y'all see how he's smiling already, right? When you can create that on the phone with your customer, it changes the game. You're the first voice that they've heard over the phone where it's like, yo, you made me smile in the first 10 seconds. So when it comes to calling your referrals, the first part is great rapport from the customer that referred them. If you're not over here actually asking questions about these people, you're missing the point of getting good referrals. I'm gonna say that again, because that's important. If you're not actually getting good information about these people that you're calling, you're missing the point of getting good referrals. I have a lady, Miss Laura Stifler, that I need to give a phone call to. I had a meeting with Miss Amy Cohurst. She is the recruiting manager for Jim Lipinska of Northwestern Mutual here in Knoxville. I already know that Laura has 4 kids, that if you call her after 5 o'clock, she's not on the clock, she's with her family. You don't call her on weekends. She's a super bubbly person that loves people, loves connecting, but you don't call her during family time. So when I call her and I talk to her, guess what? I know when to call her. I know all about her. And when I called her the first time at 7 o'clock and she sent me straight to voicemail, I left a voicemail. Hey, Miss Laura. Hey, no worries. I figured you sent me to voicemail. I was talking to Amy and she said you are the biggest, most supportive person, but you love your family and you got like 4 kids and you're chasing around all the time. So I get it. Hey, I will give you a call back in the upcoming like week or two. We'll figure out when we can connect. I just wanted you to hear my voice, say hello, and pray that you have a great rest of your day.
Oh, that's cute.
Do you see why I tell y'all not to leave voicemails though? Are y'all that good at leaving a voicemail yet?
No.
No, right? But when you have that much rapport knowledge of your customer, how much easier is it to leave a voicemail? So again, if you do not get the information about your customer on the appointment that you're going to be calling next, that phone call just got 3-4 times harder than it had to be. Hey, Molly.
Yeah.
Hey, Molly, this is Brandon Phillips. My name probably doesn't ring a bell. I actually was hanging out with Audrey Schuster the other day. How you doing?
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, she told me something before I even like tell you why I'm calling. She said you are like the best artist ever. Like you did some 120-foot mural.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Was this like a piece of cake for you or like slaved over it?
A lot of hours and a lot of paint, a lot of, but it was a lot, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
What was the reason you even did that for?
I don't know. I just love to paint and I wanted to just help them out because it was a school who I knew needed something.
But just a regular school?
Oh, no, it was a special needs school next to Children's Hospital.
You have the biggest heart. Oh, wow, you're a great artist and you care for people? You're awesome. Hey, do you have a quick minute to talk? I'm so sorry. Just wanted to clarify.
Oh, yeah, I do.
How great's that phone call gonna be?
There.
Right? So what's the point of me talking about this stuff right now?
Give us better referrals so we can be better sales or consultants.
That's it. Calling referrals is not hard. The reason that we have you start with people you know and people you're comfortable with is all of these emotions, all of these feelings, they already exist. But when you call referrals, you have to create that. And if you can do it in the first 10 to 20 seconds of talking to somebody, it's a game changer. I always say game over because you're going to meet with me. You're going to love me. And guess what? You're probably going to buy some knives from me, regardless of what you think. That's why I love doing in-person demos, because if I come to your house, yo, I'm going to treat you with so much respect, you ain't going to have a choice. I'm going to be that nephew that you never had. The one that you would literally say, all right, cool, like, you ain't even my son, but yeah, I'll help you with college. Oh, you haven't eaten today yet? I got leftover Did you say lasagna? You didn't even say it yet, but I heard it coming. You got lasagna? Yeah, honey, we got lasagna. We made it 2 nights ago. Would you? Some leftover lasagna?
You got a slice of leftover lasagna.
If they have lasagna, I'm eating it.
Wait, you got lasagna in there?
I love lasagna. Like, I am like Garfield when it comes to lasagna. I'm super critical if they brag about it, but if they're really humble about it, I'm like, cool, I won't judge.
We should have a Garfield night and then everyone bring lasagna.
You know who's in charge of team night outs and team meetings?
Me.
Themes? No, it's Molly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, what do you think, Garfield night? So.
Not against it. Okay. So that is the first part I want to cover. What's the biggest takeaway?
Rapport done correctly should make demo calls as easy as talking to family.
When do you get there? How do you get there? How do you get that rapport without even knowing them?
Role playing and following up with the
You roll at
referrer.
people at the end of your.
Follow up.
That's it. All right. I gave Zach 2 questions after you've done this whole process. You got to know the people they referred. What are the 2 questions I gave you to be able to finish the demo the right way?
What's one advice you tell your kids if they actually listened?
Boom. What's the number 1 piece of advice? Like if your kids like actually listen to you, like actually cherished what you said, and it was the last thing you could say. What piece of advice would you have for them? What's the other one?
Experience. What's the? Can't remember off the top of my head.
Not EXP, it's EXC.
What's the most exciting thing you've done?
Yeah.
Past month or so?
Right? Either, hey, what's the most exciting thing you've done in the past year? Or, hey, what do you have coming up that you're really excited for? And what happens when you ask those questions?
It leads into another conversation.
That's it. Boring conversation.
More time.
And when you leave somebody lit up that way, right? You went from, okay, they bought a galley set to, hey, all right, cool, they became a double sponsor. Now I actually took the time to show them I care about the people they referred to me and that I didn't just think they were numbers. I then finished it with actually making them even more lit up. If that person does that thing where they're like, hey, I just want to check with so-and-so to make sure you're legit. Anybody had that call yet? Yeah. How great is that conversation going to be? Again, you can work hard, you can work smart. Which one would you rather do? You can choose if you take the extra 10 minutes on your demo to actually work smart, or for the sake of time, rush out of there and now I have to work harder. Now, when it comes to actually making your calls, we've hit the first part, right? That intro is the difference maker between like, yes, I love you. Yes, I'll listen to you. And like, yeah, no, I'm good. Again, a good intro is the difference between, yes, I love you. Yes, I'll listen to you. And like, no, I'm good. Now, question. If we ask, do they have a quick minute to talk and they say no, what do we do?
When
That's
could
one
they
answer.
talk?
Go ahead, Jed.
Ask when they could talk.
That's it, right? Or who's ever tried to be a little bit more assertive with it? Where'd you learn that? Right. So I don't know if Jed heard or the recording heard, but hey, like, it'll just be real quick. It's like, honestly, 3 minutes. If like you have the time, great. If not, no worries. When can I call you back? What does that show?
Confidence.
And urgency. Right? It shows confidence, it shows urgency. Hey, I'm not trying to waste your time, but I do want to be respectful of your time. Okay? So, when you get that question, hey, do you have a quick minute? They say yes. What do we do?
Great.
Smile and dial, baby. Right? You're going through your script. You got permission to pursue. Hey, I'm actually just reaching out because I was hanging out with Amy Cohurst the other day, Miss Laura. She said you were amazing. Like I said, she told me about your family, how much you do for them. I love that. Basically, I work with a company that I'm using to build my experience base in communications and also like win some money for a scholarship. Now, that said, have you heard of Cutco before? No? Oh, man, no worries. I'm sure you have a ton of stuff for the kitchen. I get paid just to show it, get your opinion on it, your opinion on me. It's honestly a ton of fun. And my part's like 30 to 45 minutes, but I'll be honest, like some of my customers, we really strike up good conversations. It takes a little longer. But again, if you have a hard cutoff, no worries. Now, I know you're super busy. And I also know because of what Amy said, like you don't meet with anybody after 5. So I actually have some openings Thursday and Friday morning. What day would be better for you? Awesome, cool. Thursday, it looks like I can do like, I don't know if you're like really early, but I like to do 8 o'clock meetings, or I can do 9:30. What time works better for you? You get up early? Kids already off to school and everything too? I love it. I love it. Cool. So 8 o'clock. Let me get your address really quick so I know where I'm going. 109. You said Suburban Road.
Like the car.
Like perfect, like the car. Okay, Suburban, I know that. Road, cool. And then what's your zip code?
37932.
Awesome, cool. And I'm gonna send you an email confirmation. Can I get your email? Awesome. You said Schuster. That's S-H?
SCH.
S-C-H. Thank you so much. I would have butchered that.
Yeah, you're good.
S-C-H-U-S-T-E-R. In reality, though, Miss Cohurst already spelled her name out for me, right? Just checking you. And then from there, cool. Hey, so this is gonna sound crazy. But Miss Laura, do you like to have a lot of fun? No? Awesome, cool. I was like, I think Amy gave me the wrong number for the person then. Not that. No, cool. I like to do a trick on my presentation. It's gonna sound strange, but you're gonna think about me the whole week and I need you to do it so everything's prepared for a time we meet, okay?
Okay.
You ready? I need you to take a penny.
Okay.
I need you to put it in your freezer.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Take penny, put it in freezer.
Okay.
Awesome, cool. Here's why I do a trick with that penny. You're gonna love it. And if your kids are awake or around, they're gonna love it too. And plus, every time you open your freezer, you're gonna think about the Cutco guy coming over because you have a penny in your freezer. Okay.
Yeah.
So that said, Amy, I'm sorry, Miss Laura, I have you down Thursday, 8 o'clock in the morning. That is this week, aka tomorrow morning. Are you absolutely sure that works for you? Because if we cancel or reschedule, I won't get paid for that time slot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. Can you do me one more favor? Can you have a great rest of your day? Boom. So, do your calls sound like that?
No.
Notice that I'm not in my normal managerial state right now, right? What state am I in?
You're doing a
Excited.
favor for me.
I'm in my sales mode, right? Sales is nothing but an act. That's it. If it feels like they're having a good time, feels like you're having a good time, guess what the reality is? We're having a good time. Who's heard fake it till you make it? Guys, who's had a rough day and you didn't want to do your appointments? Who thinks Brandon's had a rough day and didn't want to come to the office and do his job? I was going to say, have I ever shown that to you?
I never know if Brandon doesn't want to be here
Right.
until he tells me he doesn't want to be here.
Which I don't think I
I don't think he
don't know,
will.
right?
You did that for your
On the
wife's
off
birthday?
chance that you
Huh?
do.
I think your wife's birthday happened. You were like, I
Bruh.
need to go see her.
You weren't even working yet.
I wasn't?
December 4th, were you here?
No, end of December.
Uh,
Was it your anniversary? Was that?
no.
I'm tripping.
Some reason you have said you don't want to be here.
No.
No, no.
Never has.
It might be a Mandela effect.
That is so freaky to me.
So,
It's kind of like deja vu.
Finishing it up, right? You send,
Foresight. No.
Focus up.
Logging
Sorry.
in.
you send your text right away. Hey, oh my God, Miss Laura, I'm looking forward to hanging out tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Again, I just want to put your address in here. That way it's easy for me to find and also to make sure I have the right one. I didn't type anything wrong. If you have any like questions, anything about like directions that help, please let me know. Otherwise, hey, I'll see you first thing in the morning. If I need to bring coffee, let me know too, right? Send. And I love Bitmoji, okay? I love sending Bitmojis. Who's gotten a Bitmoji from me before?
I've
Right?
never gotten a memo.
I have not gotten Bitmoji.
Right?
Yeah, what?
Guess where I use Bitmojis at?
Text what it is.
Sales.
You use them in sales?
Mhm.
People
Right.
who
All my
live
text
in-
messages to customers, if a customer hasn't got back to me in a couple days, I send them a little Bitmoji. Hey, just hanging around. Because guess what?
That probably works because all your customers are old.
Correct.
Oh,
Older, but that's correct. And that's why it works. As kids, you're like, oh, what a loser.
yeah, you're a loser.
As a customer, I'm not just a salesperson, I'm a salesperson that's different.
He's
They
funny.
eat it up.
They do. They love it, right? I've had so many people that respond because I sent a Bitmoji and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've been busy. Hey, no worries, no problem. When can we talk? No, I got time today at 3. Boom. Okay. So again, after you finish that phone call, you send that text right away. You send that calendar invite right away. I do suggest that you start using Google Calendar to make your calendar invites. All right. You can use Vector Impact, log your demos and everything like that. But the next level is actually doing it that way. I use Acuity. So it sends text reminders, email reminders, all of that. I can even send a link for my availability, which, spoiler alert, tomorrow, who in here's been like, oh man, they said send me a link. They're gonna buy something else. What if I told you each of you has a link? And I just found this out this week.
What?
I just found this out because they just unrolled it like 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna show y'all that link tomorrow in team meeting, okay? But you send these confirmations, you have everything done. Do you call the day before on your demo? I'm sorry, do you call the day of on your demo?
No.
No. Ever. Never call the day of your demo. Book it same day, cool. But if you booked it yesterday, I do not call you the day of and saying, hey, I'm heading over just to make sure it's okay. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. One of the kids woke up sick. I just don't think it's gonna be a good time.
No, you just show up.
My best, actually not best, but my favorite demo was with a customer named Lisa. And I had this scheduled with Miss Lisa, probably a week out, followed up 2 days prior, just like I teach y'all to. Yeah, Brandon, we're good. We're good. I'll see you first thing in the morning. It was like an 8:30 demo. I usually didn't run demos that early because I didn't like waking up myself, but you know, cool. She wants to meet that early. She has work later in the day. Cool. And I go and do this appointment with Miss Lisa. I pull up to her house. There's no cars in the driveway. Where is she at? Give her a call. Brandon, I am so sorry. I got called into work first thing this morning. We had 2 people call out and I had to come in. Hey, Miss Lisa, I get it. No worries. When can we reschedule for? Let's go ahead and get that nailed down. You know why she answered, by the way? Because I called her the first time. I sent her a text saying, hey, I'm in the driveway. I'm not sure if like you went to the grocery store. Just let me know. She calls me back right away. I then reschedule it right then on the spot. And guess what I asked her? When's the best time to make phone calls?
3 in the morning or
What's the good night?
Yeah. And what time did I get to my demo?
First thing
That
in the morning.
night.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I don't want to get like the cops calling on me. I am a mixed guy and I'm sitting in your driveway. If you don't mind, I need to make some phone calls to book up more appointments. Can I just do it from your driveway? Yeah, anything that you need, honey. I'm so sorry. Like, go ahead and don't worry. When you come back, I'm definitely gonna buy something. I'm so sorry I got called into work. That customer owns a complete set now. Built it over 2 upgrades.
Very nice.
Fire.
She loves her set.
They all do.
Right.
My mommy likes
So,
those.
in conclusion of this topic, okay, you determine how smart or how hard you get to work. You determine how good you get at your job or how mundane it is based on what you put into your job. Your phone calls can be, hey, Mrs. Jones, do you know Audrey Schuster? Hey, yeah, my name's Brandon Phillips. I was hanging out with Audrey. Or, hey, Mrs. Jones? Hey, Mrs. Jones. Hey, my name's Brandon Phillips. You probably don't know my name unless you watch baseball or something like that. That said, I'm not a baseball player. There's somebody else named Brandon Phillips that's a pro. I was actually hanging out with Audrey Schuster the other day, and she gave me your number. She said you were amazing, that you were the best painter in town. Is that true?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not calling about painting, but like she said that you had some artwork that you sold for like thousands of dollars. Is that true? That's so cool. What got you into painting?
I kind of just did it in an art class in high school.
So not even like naturally born, you just discovered this later on?
Nope, later on in high school.
I love that. Hey, I'm not actually calling to purchase paint just to make sure that we're on the same page. Love what you do. I just love people that work hard. I'm actually like working hard myself on something. Do you have a quick minute to talk? And then from there, you crush your phone script going through it, right? You take the end of the time to make sure all your confirmations are done right away. And then you have fun on your demo and you repeat the process of at the end of the demo, finding out the awesome people that you're being referred to. So I said it at the beginning, and I think y'all can kind of understand what I meant as far as the shift and the difference you can have in 30 days now. In 30 days, your phone script can sound like that or better. Your referrals can have all heads up texts, be looking forward to your call because you have so much fun that them also taking a selfie to send a three-way text wasn't even a thought. You're like, yeah, of course, let's take a picture. You get to decide if every demo, or I'm sorry, every happy hour that your customer goes to after your demos, if they're talking about you or not. That's my belief. Like if somebody finishes a demo with me, as soon as I leave that house, I want to be one of the first people they're talking about to whoever they're going to see next. If I just saw Mrs. Jones and Mr. Jones coming home, Mr. Jones is going to be like, who the heck is this Cutco guy? If she's going out to happy hour with the girls, all the girls can be like, well, who's this Cutco guy? Right? Okay. So in a month, your life can look entirely different than it does today. For better or worse, you decide. And here in the 865 Knife Knocks, my goal is to grow people. My goal is to make sure that we hit our personal goals. Because if we hit our personal goals, I don't know if y'all knew, our office goal is $1 million for this year, and we're on pace to hit it. Appreciate the time. If you have questions, hold back. If you're on recording, get me your notes in the next 24 hours.